So I had a discussion with a friend 2 days ago, and honestly, the discussion has been an eye opener for me personally because it made me realize I am the source of my own problem. Now, let me explain. This person told me that they want to get into content creation, stuff like that. I asked them, what kind of content do you want to start creating? They said the kind of content they were going to create. I was like, what is stopping them? And the person said, nothing really. They're just trying to make sure everything is right, blah, 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 blah. So I went ahead and asked them, now, the things that are crucial to actually creating the content, do you have them? Say yes. So you have everything you need. So what don't you have? The person said, well, I don't have this equipment, I don't have that, I don't have this, I don't have that. So I said, basically, the aesthetics is not right yet. They said, yes. I said, aside from the aesthetics, can you actually make the content you want to make without the aesthetics and still get the content you want to get? They said, yes. I'm like, okay, if that's the issue, that means you don't like the outlook of the content you are going to be creating because you don't have the right aesthetics that you think yet. He said, yes. And I said, have you bothered to think about the your audience, if they care about the aesthetics or not? I said, no, not really. And I'm like, okay, how about this? Just create the content. All right. Create the content till you get your aesthetics right. I'm like, okay, but how does that help? I said, once you start creating the content, now somewhere along the line, you would figure out the kind of aesthetics that you really need. All right, we'll just add it onto it, and you just from there you just smooth sailing, right? It's like, okay, no problem. And they called me back yesterday, and it was like, thank you for the advice. I really appreciate it, and you know, you give them a better perspective of content creation and how beneficial it might actually be for them to just do. All right, just do it without considering whatever factors might be in place. Maybe the camera is right, maybe they have the right light, maybe whatever. All right. I said, so far you have your content as value, as a niche, as a place to fit in, that you would definitely be fine. Just create it. Now, fast forward, I sat down by myself and I was thinking, why don't I apply this same analogy to myself? Because I'm kind of a perfectionist, right? When I see a problem, I create a very bogus solution that sometimes I can't really attain at the time. Now, the solutions I create might be very nice. Now, I'm talking about for myself. The solution I create might be very nice, but I could do better by creating a simpler solution for that problem that I'm facing. And I have to just sit back and just tell myself, I think it's time to start taking my own advice. All right. I have a lot of content ideas. I have a lot of things I'm trying to put out there, but I've been the reason why I've been holding back. Me personally, myself, I don't know why that is, but I think I need to do better. I know I can do better, and I think this video is just me trying to hold myself accountable of that idea, of that fact, and making sure that I just do what I have to do, and I'll just for another time in my life, I'll just Nike it. I'll just do it. Now, if this in any way helps anybody that's trying to do something, that's overthinking it, that's analyzing it, just stop it and just do it. All right.